All right, we're back, and I'm not gonna lie, it's going a lot longer than I thought it would, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. At least it's broken up into 4 parts, so in case you guys ain't sitting through like 40 minutes straight, you can break it up, watch
exactly.
an episode a day, or part of the episode a day.
Intermission time, and
exactly.
Get some pizza, and
exactly.
Come back and
popcorn, whatever you gotta do, so.
Do what you gotta do to make yourself comfortable.
Now, let me throw this at you real quick. Come on,
sure.
Ask you, have you seen any new movies recently? Like, I recently watched The Devil Inside this year.
I haven't seen any recently new movies.
I didn't care for it. I ain't gonna lie.
Insidious. I've seen Insidious.
Okay. Well, what'd you think of it?
I really thought it was a really good film.
Now they are making a part 2 to that. Actually,
yes.
I don't know if you knew that or not. Yeah, part 2 will be coming out.
I had the overall review of it. It was really, really good.
I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
It was top of the list. I wouldn't say it was scary, but for a new age film, I mean, yeah, it's up there. Now, it's pretty scary.
Have you seen anything this year yet, or
no.
Any new releases like that? Like I said, the only one I saw was Devil Inside. I didn't care for it. I like the found footage genre. I won't want to say that's the reason I didn't like it.
I'm a big fan of the found footage.
It's one of those genres that either you like or you don't. I know. It's like there's really no middle ground. No one's just like, well, it's okay. Now they can't handle the shaky cam or nothing like that. I thought most of them were pretty good, but this one I just didn't care for at all. But well, Mom, will take a minute to talk to my peeps out here.
By all means, go ahead.
Really the main thing is I want some feedback more than anything. I mean, I don't want to sound needy, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. So you got any comments, suggestions, maybe recommendations on movies that, you think I should watch, or maybe just suggestions on movies I should review, whatever. Please take, say, hate mail. Shit, I'll take some hate mail. I don't give a shit. Like I'll
any feedback will help.
Yes, anything will work. So So once again, to all my Facebook friends, the Phantoms friends, if you will, hit me up on my Facebook page. Everybody else, moviephantom7@gmail.com, all one word, no underscore, and or you can comment down below. Once again, so if I was kind of suggest, I'm just like right here. And I'm gonna get in trouble again. You two people are gonna be goddamn with Daniel. You can't be doing that. So, anyways, yeah. So let's get on to our review, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Well, like I said, the first one we're gonna hit tonight will be The Exorcist, 1973.
To be exact.
Yes. And see, once again, the camera's further back because we got 2 of us here.
That's right.
But, so you probably can't see it. I don't want to get up and show you, but fuck it. The Exorcist. And basically, the movie is about this young girl who becomes possessed by Satan, and after medicine and doctors and I guess modern science doesn't work. Plenty of fluids and bed rest should be fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, so they go to the church and hope to get an exorcism. Now, I've only seen this version, which is the version that you've never seen, which was re-released in 2000, and it had a bunch of scenes thrown back in. And of course, the one scene everybody knows is the spider walk scene where she's
come down the stairs,
spider walking. So I have never seen the actual
scene.
Theatrical version.
Yeah.
Like I can't find it anywhere. Like I look and I can't find it. So I've seen this. So this is basically what I'm gonna be reviewing. Everybody tells me though I should watch the original. I'm trying. Okay, so my review on this is it's not bad for a movie. Now here's the thing, like I'm not religious at all, like I am an atheist, so I'm sure like that is probably why it's not that scary to me. Now when I did watch it, I still kind of had, I was doing the faith thing and everything, and it wasn't scary then either. Like, now once again, everyone's gonna be like, well, you're desensitized with all the gore. No, it was nothing like that. I don't get me wrong, I mean, I love, slasher movies like that, but that had nothing to do with why I didn't think this was scary. It just wasn't scary to me. Like, the idea, like, to me, The Omen is a little bit creepier than The Exorcist, but that's just my opinion. But, like I said, when I watched this, and I've seen it maybe 4 times since I watched it the first time, and it gets better each time. And once again, when the first time I watched it, it was back when it first was re-released. So it did have, like, the, I watched it, I just didn't care for it, and at the time I wasn't really a big fan of films. Like, I love movies, but I didn't really appreciate, like, directing, writing, lighting, acting. I didn't really, it just, like, entertained me, and it didn't entertain me, so I didn't like it at all. Years later, bought the DVD. It was in a 3-pack with the other 2, Exorcist 2, The Heretic, and then Part 3, which was actually really good. Watched it again, and it is a little bit better this time around. I mean, it really is. It's a masterpiece of a film as far as filmmaking goes. I mean, the camera, the lighting. I can never pronounce this dude's last name. William Friedrichsen, fuck it, whatever his name is. Franken? I don't know. that guy, I mean, he did really good on this. And, of course, I guess, like, you know, he was kind of a hard ass on the set or whatever, but it shows. I mean, the guy, I mean, he did a damn good movie. I think the acting was incredible. Linda Blair got an Oscar nod, but didn't get the actual win, which is this one, because I think she did the best in the whole movie. The guy who played Father Karras, probably should have been a little better prepared on this one. Jason Miller. Thought he did excellent. The one guy, like the guy who played Father Marin, which was the old priest that comes in at the end.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just like blown away by his performance. I felt like he was just kind of sleepwalking through it. Max von Sydow. It's not Shadow. There's no H in there, but it's like Shadow without an H. Sado, whatever. I felt like he was just kind of sleepwalking. Like I felt like he was phoning in this performance. I don't know. Everybody's like, he's subtle and new. I'm like, no, it looked like he was just collecting his check and ready to go home.
Yeah.
But, you know, the other thing about this movie, though, once again, I watched it recently, the special effects are incredible. Like, even by today's standards. Like, I think it looks brilliant. I mean, from the spider walk, which wasn't in the original, but the, you know, restored version, to when she's, you know, floating off the bed. You know, these are simple effects, I grant you. But I'm just thinking, if this movie was remade today, it'd just be CGI. The whole thing would be fucking CGI. In fact, I read that, okay, remember at the end when they're going to perform like the final exorcism?
Yeah.
The, you know, young priest, old priest go in there, and you can see the breath and everything. Well, apparently what they did was they actually turned like on like these mega air conditioners to give the room cold. Well, the thing is, it was so cold that like when they'd turn them on at night, go home, when they come back in the morning, there'd be like a light frost over everything. Like, I mean, that's legit. Like, they didn't CGI in the snow. They nothing like that. It was like legit fucking cold in there.
They had to change out the bed sheets.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just so. I mean, I appreciate that kind of filmmaking. I think you know that's gone today. So, once again, on the whole, as like an actual film, it's a really good movie. As a horror movie, though, I'm not. Like I said, once again, I mean, for its time when it came out, 1973, you didn't have a whole lot of movies like this. Like, it was like around the time when movies were pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it started with '68 with Night of the Living Dead. When you first started seeing shit that just wasn't corny, and I don't mean corny in a bad way, but let's face it, like the old Universal movies, which are good, they're not scary. They're more like, you know, they're made for kids in a way. Like it's PG horror. Nothing wrong with that. Just it's the way it was. It wasn't until like the '60s when they actually started breaking down the barriers. Like, you know, we're gonna show you the gore, the nasty side, if you will. You know, with movies like Last House on the Left. Even Rosemary's Baby, which wasn't really gory,
but
or even scary. Like, that's the thing. It's like the one horror movie that doesn't really have horror in it. It's all psychological, and I think I love it. Like, I'm a big fan of Rosemary's Baby. But this came out around the time when like cinema was changing, and you know, yeah, for its time, you got this 12-year-old girl who is just cursing up a storm. I mean, she's jamming a crucifix into her vagina. That's, you know, at the time, I mean, that's pretty. I mean, even now, it's kind of controversial, I guess. But I mean, for its time, especially. Like, I'm surprised it really got made. It didn't cut it out or something like that. You know, she grabs their mom by the hair and puts it right there in her crotch. I'm like, my God, this is kind of ruthless. I can imagine what it'd be like back then. Maybe if I was, you know, born, you know, in the '60s and then watching it when I was in the '70s, I'd probably be like, my God, this is actually, you know, pretty scary stuff. But as of today, you know, not so much. So, you know, what do you think? What's your thoughts on The Exorcist?
I agree with you. I think that, you know, it wouldn't. I don't think that it would have made it, you know, in this era, at this time, and I think it would be.
So you don't think the impact would have been the same if this was just released?
I don't think it would. It's probably not as scary because, you know, back in the day, people, you know, just got scared shitless of watching it. You know, our own mother.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was literally.
She would never watch it.
Although, here's the thing: she watched it when she was younger, and she said like she laughed through it. But it wasn't until later on she refused to watch it because she said she had kids, and that changes things. I don't see it. And here's actually a true story about that is, because I asked her, so like, well, you know, really, you won't watch it because you have kids? But then we started watching The Omen together, and I was like, well, why, you know, what's the difference here? Like, and she's like, well, you see, in The Exorcist, the child becomes evil. In The Omen, the kid was already born evil. And I was like, well, what's the difference? She goes, well, I already have a kid that's evil. This guy right here. So, true story, you know, that's just... So, you know, we're going to take a quick break real quick, and we come back, The Thing. So, you guys stick around. You're staying, right?
Yeah.
This guy's next door I can see. He's wanting to get out of here.